Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, guys? So today, this is a 10-minute quickie, and most of your videos from now on might be 10 minutes, okay? The private videos are for the paying students, so I made those private. Go to my website if you want to join Sapphire Coding Academy, okay? So let's just kind of jump into it, being that these are going to be kind of quick. For your testing, I am going to show you a couple of things that are on the slides that you can use, and hopefully you will pass your exam. You're definitely going to have to study. You have to study for that exam. It is invasive. Okay, I know I use all kind of words. So one, let's talk about this. The grading system for your exam is not 1 point per question. Okay, just think of it as each section with 100. Okay, you start out with 100. Let's say you start out with 100, and then you get, a few wrong. You'll always hear me talk about compliance because there's only 3 questions. So that's 33.3 per each question. So imagine getting 2 wrong. That's 33. And then of course they're going to round it off. So that's where the 40 comes in at. So, that's why I want you guys to study um, what you need to. But when you get ready to go into that test, take your short questions first. Your short questions are the open and closed questions. Okay. That's why you're going to study everything. Make sure you have your CPC. The CPC is on Amazon right now for $92. Get it. That's 60 something dollars off. Those are like flash sales. Y'all know I always tell y'all about those flash sales. Okay. Next, I did write a little bit down. I usually make like a little skit for y'all, but I really didn't do that this time. One thing I want to talk about is the exams. Now, what I have started to do for you guys is to make the exams available for the public. So these are pre-exams, okay, that I made for you guys to get used to doing the coding repetitiously, coding, Hicks-Picks test, CPT test, ICD-10 test, surgical coding test, CPT test, okay? And this is going to help you practice, practice, practice. You guys know this is a self-learning process. Okay, even in the Sapphire Academy, I don't micromanage. Those of you, I will be in Sapphire Academy as soon as I finish with this. Make sure that you have a schedule. Get you a book, get you a schedule book, and put down when you're going to do your scheduling. Okay, don't cram because you're going to forget. Okay, so those exams will help you. The exams that I made are primarily for those who are taking coding certification, CPC coding certification. Okay, from using a combination of all these different books, step by step, ICD-10, CPT, CPC guide, all these different books, language of medicine, medical insurance billing. I was able to come up with something that would be definitely helpful for you guys in passing your exam. Now, those of you who just want medical billing, coding, okay, do the medical billing and coding, okay, because that's a quick one. So when you see that combined together, the medical insurance billing class has a little bit of coding in it. I don't know if it's chapter 13 and 14, but there are 2 chapters in there that have ICD-10 and also has CPT. And it's like an introduction. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, those of you who just want, the medical billing, oh, I just want to do the medical billing. Miss Lisa, I don't want to do all that coding. You don't have to. Go to my playlist. Okay. Go do the medical billing only. But you have to go through each class. Okay. And you have to set a time for yourself. Okay. Make sure you guys also subscribe to my channel. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Okay. So I'm going to put this to the side. Let's take a look at a couple of slides that I have in here. And those of you who are going to be in the Sapphire Academy class, the rest of this class is in the Sapphire Academy class. Okay. So again, we're talking about CPC exam strategies, test taking skills. Okay. And again, it's basically to get you started, to get you going, hopefully to give you some excitement as far as going at that test. Okay. Going into that hospital and getting that billing job, getting that coding job. Okay. So again, these are your testing strategies. Basically, you have to get down a study format. If you can't focus on the study, you're not going to pass. Your mind can't be all over the place. You're not going to focus on your exam when you go in there. You're going to waste $900. Okay. I'm exaggerating about the money. Okay. So yeah, I got this doggone welcome thing right over the chat. Okay, but anyway, this is just to kind of give you a little bit of a hinty hint of what's going on that test. Okay, total time 4 hours. Okay, 90 short, 10 surgical questions. Okay, just kind of be precarious to that because those of you who are taking your exam, okay, if you're taking your exam and you scared, don't take it. Okay, don't take your exam. Wait. Okay, cancel it. You got to do it 2 days before. Okay, 2 days before. Okay, so your CPC exam time management strategies. Okay, again, this is about you passing your exam. Okay, try to complete the questions within those time frames because you need all that time to spend on your cases. And remember what I told you. The short questions or like the smaller cases, the procedure code is more than likely read the 1 or 2 sentences. The longer cases, you are going to have to skim through that. Okay. And the code is more than likely in the middle or to the far end. Just take heed to sometimes the code is at the top and it changes. Okay. Create time for the difficult surgical cases by working efficiently on the shorter questions. Okay, y'all hear me say that all the time. Okay, so how to skim read. Listen, you can go on Google, I don't care where, they can give you an insight on how you're going to skim read. But to get through those long cases, you're going to learn, you're going to need to know how to skim read and you're going to need to know how to pinpoint that verb. Remember what I told y'all about the verbs? That's the procedure. Okay, skim the entire case in 20 to 30 seconds. Immediately look for preoperative, postoperative diagnosis, procedure, operation, heading, main action verbs. Y'all know how I am about the verbs. Find it. Okay. Go into my post. I posted so many things this week. Make sure y'all get in there and look at it. Now, this class is only going to be 10 minutes. You got to go into Sapphire Academy to get the rest of the class. Okay. But I'm still giving you that insight. All right. What do you do when you are unsure? Never leave a question blank. Why, Miss Lambert? Because you might have it wrong. Okay. There's nothing there. Okay, if you're unsure, flag it and go back to it. When I say flag it, put a little check on it and go back to it. This is for people who are taking their test in person. Okay, I don't recommend online. No, I recommend in person. So how I'm talking, going to be present and it's going to be talking in person. Okay, so trust your first instinct. Okay, most common reasons students fail the CPC exam is changing answers after their first instinct. I put this in here because I used to do this all the time. I put it and I change it. I put it and I change it. When I took my state license for insurance, I put it and I changed. Well, not when I took the test, but when I was practicing. Okay. So, just kind of take heed to that. A lot of people fail because they're changing answers. Okay. So don't second guess yourself. Just go ahead and do it. Okay. As you're testing, if you get my pre-exams, okay, I want you to test 3 times. Okay. Every time you test, you got to get an 80 each time. Once you get an 80 each time, then now I know you're comfortable. Move on to your next test. This is for you too, Sapphire Academy. Just kind of take heed to it because that's how you get used to passing exams. Then you start getting comfortable. You start doing the coding over and over and over again. Now you know what to look for. Okay, there's over 150 coding pre-exams that I have. Okay, and you guys can download them right away. Yeah, they come with answers. Okay, so just take heed to that. If you join Sapphire Academy, okay, if you join Sapphire Academy, those tests come with Sapphire Academy. You can go to my website at sapphirecoding.com. I'm gonna bring this down because I'm finished with this. You can go to sapphirecoding.com. You can join my class there. The class is $489, and you can do a payment plan with $99 down. Okay. And again, the class is self-motivational. I do come into the classroom. I do give you one-on-ones. Y'all shoot me an email if you need one-on-ones. There's a lot of tools in there for you. This is where I have my class. This is where my forum is. If you guys don't get in on the archive, on the live chats, go ahead and archive it. Okay. Archive the chat. All right. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to see you guys next time. I'm going to upload this in 5 minutes. There's another one coming, but it's not going to be live. I'm going to do a video. You guys got any questions to ask me? Go ahead and DM me, okay? Thank you for coming. Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up and subscribe, okay?